All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. We got a video from the Philadelphia Flyers head coach, John Tortorella, defending his player, Ivan Provorov, who didn't want to wear the Pride Night jersey. And I haven't watched this, so this is going to be my reaction. I'm very interested to see how he felt about all of this, all right? So don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe while we're here watching. Now let's roll it.
As I said, Provy did nothing wrong. Just because you don't agree with his decision doesn't mean he did anything wrong. Let me put it to you this way. In my experience, I think it was back in, was it 16, when I was asked a question about the flag, right? Would you sit if the player? That's when Kaepernick was sitting. He wasn't kneeling. He was just sitting at that time. They asked me, if a player sits, what would you do? And what did I say? I said the player would sit the rest of the game. I was wrong. I learned a lot through that experience. My feelings towards any type of protest to the flag during the anthem, it disgusts me. To this day, it disgusts me. It shouldn't be done. Those are my feelings. I can't push those feelings onto someone else. So I was wrong in saying that back then. Didn't realize I was, but as I went through it all, it was, who am I to push my feelings onto someone else? Same situation here. Provy's not out there banging the drum against Pride Night. He quietly went about his business. Him and I had a number of conversations to how we're going to do this. You have the team, you have him, you have all this going on. Talked to lots, went through the whole process there. He felt strongly with his beliefs, and he stayed with it. And this was discussed as prior up to that. But that I'm trying to make a correlation to how I was wrong. You asked me if I was going to bench him. Why would I bench him? Because of a decision he's making on his beliefs and religion? It turned out to be a great night for Pride Night. Players were involved. The building was filled. There was awareness, everything. Provy didn't actively seek out and try to make a stand against it. He just felt he didn't want to take warm-up. I respect him for his decision. I thought the team handled themselves well. I thought our whole organization handled themselves well to make sure we didn't lose sight of that night.
I guess kind of the flip side of that, though, is Pride Night is meant to, show that community that they are welcome. Do you think that not having a unified front, not having everyone out there, that goes against that message?
No, because it was someone's certain strong beliefs. Do you know how much time the organization and the players put into Pride Night? How much they wanted to be involved in that? That is, we forget that because one person in his religion and his beliefs did not want to partake in the 15-minute warm-up. And again, he's not beating the drum. He didn't say a word. He just wanted to go about his business, wanted to play the game. And I think it takes on a life of its own sometimes because someone has a different belief. And like I said, I bring up my situation because to this day, I still feel the same way about that flag. You shouldn't be protesting when the anthem's played and you're in front of that flag. That's about the men and women that are sacrificing their lives to give us our freedoms. That's what I look at. But I have no business to push my type of thought onto players at that particular time. Made a huge mistake back then. That's why I'm kind of putting it with this here. Provy knew he was going to have some blowback here. That's part of the business. That's part of what you go through. But I respect him as far as staying true to himself, as I said the other night. And I respect the organization, how they handle themselves here, because they went about their business, and I thought it was a great night, Pride Night.
Now, that was great. I love to see that support that a coach has for his players, standing with them through whatever they go through. Now, I understand the correlation that he was trying to make between the American flag and Kaepernick and everything and this moment that just happened, although I will say, he's definitely justified, in my opinion, for being a bit angry about people not wanting to respect the flag because the American flag has much more significance than LGBTQ flag has. And that's not me trying to take digs at the LGBTQ at all. I mean, it's just, come on now, let's be real. This is the American flag we're talking about. People have died and bled for this flag. We ain't a perfect country, but what you're honoring has a heavy history behind it when you honor that American flag and all of the military and soldiers who died trying to protect us. But the LGBTQ flag, however, is, more of a lifestyle. I think that you can agree to disagree. I think you can give them the respect to live their lives without you butting into it. You can give them the space to do what they want to do, but it's definitely not as important, as significant as the American flag. Yeah, you can show them respect without hating them. Is basically what I'm trying to say. You could give them their space without hating them. But I want to speak to something he said, which is so true. Now, he mentioned that the NHL did a lot for this night. The teams involved did a lot for this night. There was so much unity, so much coming together over this cause, and all because one person refuses to warm up and wear the jersey. Everyone's making this big fuss about it, and right now they're taking away the attention from the event that they wanted to highlight. It's like when Morgan Freeman said, if you want racism to disappear, stop talking about racism. Stop using the word so much. If they wanted the LGBTQ to be highlighted so much and not Provorov, all they had to do was ignore it and just focus on the positive points and the positive events of the night. But now Provorov has stole the show, but all he did was refuse to warm up and wear the jersey. But it's them who are making this. They're making everything about Provy. And like he said, these things, like John Tortorella said, these things sometimes take a life on their own. This is just the media doing what the media does best. The media needs a story, and this is the easiest story you can make. Throw a big fuss about Provy, call him a homophobe or, whatever you want to call him, and make a big deal about it. When the event still went down, it still happened, and from the sound of it, it was a great night. It was a great event, for all the people celebrating and partaking in pride, if that's your thing, if that's what you do. So that should have been the main focus. But honestly, the media and journalists here it's them at this point ruining that event. Not Provy, not John Tortorella. It's the media. It's the people who choose to report about this, and the only thing that they want to talk about is how Provy didn't wear the jersey or he didn't want to warm up. Now, like I said, I think the American flag deserves more respect than the pride flag. I don't need to get into detail about that. But this is what happens when you turn sports political. Sports used to just be about sports. Obviously, you stand up and you sing the national anthem, you honor the flag every game. But I think it's just customs at this point. We know to do that, and everyone has been doing that. But that's an idea that is meant to unify everyone. That is the country's flag is meant to bring everyone together. Literally every single person, gay, straight, black, white, doesn't matter. We're all Americans. So that flag holds much more significance. But the pride flag, however, is not the same thing. If you consider yourself an ally to the pride movement, that flag might mean something to you. But unfortunately, rude awakening, newsflash, you're not going to make people care more about something like this if they don't already. If someone doesn't have a certain level of empathy that you find the correct amount for the pride flag, you won't make them by having a pride hockey event. And this is just what comes with the territory and politicizing sports and bringing these ideologies into sports. If there's gay players in hockey, and if there's gay players in any sport, let them come out and say, I'm gay. Let them represent their flag. Let them represent and be an idol or an inspiration to whatever people or persons who happen to be gay that want to play hockey or that watch hockey. That's fine. That's cool. No, I don't think anyone would have a problem about that. I don't think anyone would have a problem with that. But when you try to force feed it to everyone who, may agree or disagree, that's when you get these type of problems. And it's the media's reporting on it now that's taken away from what the event was supposed to be about and putting it all on Provy. They're making him more famous every day, every story that they write about him, and that's just how it is. I'm glad to hear the event went well. I'm glad to hear that Provy ain't facing too much backlash for this, other than from, the media and fans, which they're always going to talk. But shout out to Provy for staying true to his beliefs, and shout out to Tortorella for giving him the space to do that. This coach seems to have a very good relationship with his players, and I think everything will be fine, you guys. But that's it for the video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. On your way out the door, let me know what you thought about this in the comments down below. Until next time, I'm out of here, you guys. Peace.